Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist. I am Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. Season 3, episode 12. We are back with more talking about politics on a Friday.
We gotta find something each week just to do one positive podcast on. I mean, we gotta.
I know we got to keep doing movies or something. I don't know. We got something to make us happy. You keep sending me into my weekends and just a straight depression between that and the weather. I haven't seen the sun in a week. It's out today finally, actually. So the
sun's on your forehead right now. So
I was ready to say it's out a little bit right now, but other than today, it's been gloomy for a week, and
I know. Good gracious!
Man,
snow last week was. Y'all got more than we did.
I had about. It looked like about 7-8 inches sitting about there in my backyard. I was like, "This is crazy." My dog loved it. He was having a field day, but yeah, he loved it. It's the first time he's seen snow. He always just turned a year old. It was literally on his birthday or the day after it snowed. And so he was having a field day back there. We were all throwing snowballs at him, and he was loving it. But but other than that, the fact that there must not be real climate change because it's getting snow in South Carolina.
That's climate change just causes snow in South Carolina. Come on, where have you been all this time?
Oh, is that what? Okay,
I thought we were warming. If it rains a lot, it's climate change. If it doesn't rain, it's climate change. If it snows, it's climate change. If it doesn't snow, it's climate change. I mean, everything's climate change.
Like, doesn't the climate always change no matter what we do to,
who was it? Harris just bought a multi-million-dollar mansion on the beach. I mean, so obviously they really believe that the sea's rising.
Yeah.
Obama did it, 10 years ago after he claimed it was all happening. I mean, it's a bunch of hypocrisy.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's on both sides. I mean, some of these people this week, I mean, the division in the Republican Party in Washington right now is just laughable. I love that the Republican Party doesn't just toe one line like the Democratic Party does. But at the end of the day, you also got to remember who the enemy is. And some of these guys there's so many Republicans up there that literally hate Trump.
Yeah.
And they don't mind just doing stuff to undermine him, but they don't stop thinking what it's doing for the rest of the country.
Exactly. Exactly.
It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And especially if they're a senator. I mean, you got 100 people in the Senate whose ego is probably as big as Trump's. They just don't get the stage to show it as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So,
Minnesota's calming down a little bit. Holman was sent up there.
I heard that. Now I heard he went over there, but didn't. I heard that Walz wanted him to come out there and meet with him. He met with him, right?
Well, I don't know if he wanted him to come out, but he was very, very pro meeting with him and talking with him. Of course, Walz comes back out towing his line that he told him to get all these people out. Homan, who's handled this, I think, very well. He hasn't thrown the mayor and the governor under the bus, but he's kind of made it clear that they've agreed to help.
Yeah.
And Walz and the mayor haven't said the same thing. But I did see a video earlier today where some protesters outside of ICE Hotel, I think it was in Minnesota, and the local police broke it up. So which means they are now helping with the immigration policy. So I'll say, I could be wrong on this. I haven't seen any data, but I kind of think that meeting led to them starting to turn over these people while they're in custody and not sending them back in the community. Right. Again, Walz and the mayor have not said anything about that, and they won't because, they got to hold their line that this is bad, blah, 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 and we're not going to help them. But I got a feeling they're helping them in the background now, and that's the reason Trump has allowed Homan to send a bunch of people out of there because they don't need that many. I mean, you need 1 or 2 agents to go in and pick somebody up out of a jail instead of 10 or 15 to go find them in the neighborhood.
Right.
And some people all week have been pointing out, this is not happening in all the other cities ICE is active in because the local police and the state are helping with the transition. They're helping them with the immigration law. And I think that's what gets missed here. All these people who are fighting ICE and all, what do they want them to do? They're there enforcing the law. If you want the law changed, then elect people to go to Washington and change the laws. But just to say we don't like these laws, so we're not going to let you enforce them, I mean, where does that leave us as a country?
Right. Yeah. So if you say, I mean, you could say that about any law, and then it's like, well,
Yeah.
what good is having laws if they don't get enforced? What's the point of laws at all? You could use that argument for literally anything. And it's also convenient to me the timing of the ICE stuff in Minneapolis. It's almost like it takes the heat off of the fraud going on that's rampant, which I
Oh
know
yeah.
that's going on across the country. I guarantee you every state has some of that fraud with
Yeah.
the government assistance to these daycares that aren't being used as daycares. I'm sure that's happening across the country.
It's been found at least two or three other states at this
Yeah,
point.
well, they'll find it in
And
about
we've
38.
had, and more whistleblowers who have been kind of ignored for years are now starting to be paid attention to.
Yeah,
Even some out of Boston, I heard talking about it. So
yeah.
that's a deep blue state that doesn't want any issue, and that governor's already come out saying they're not going to help ICE. Chicago the same way. Before we started recording, I did see where two ICE agents were shot in Arizona. I hadn't seen what happened there.
Oh, I haven't
It
seen that.
happened this morning. I don't know. I hadn't heard anything else out of that day. But you don't see the lawlessness that you're seeing up there.
Right.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843 957 3872. That's 843 957 3872.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments, they can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwestc@gmail.com. That's coachwestc@gmail.com.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about them about
But have
that.
you seen what's going on in Minneapolis with the local? They say they're local people. I kind of think they're from out of state. They're setting up um, road checks and borders for the neighborhoods.
No.
They literally that somehow these people have access to license plate databases, and they're literally making citizens stop at roadblocks and checking to see whose car it is and who people are wanting to come into the neighborhood.
That's insane.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Can't do that, but
Yeah,
nobody's stopping
obviously.
them. But then there was one guy on the street who was talking with him. He said, "So well, we just don't want people in here that we don't know who they are. We can't identify them. We don't want them to come into our neighborhood." He goes, "Yeah, that's interesting."
Kind of
And as
sounds
we keep
familiar.
talking, yeah, he keeps talking. And he's like, "Yeah, kind of like the border." Of course, then they get mad and they don't want to talk anymore. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they literally in that small little micro section are doing what they're fussing about us doing for the whole country.
They're playing ice in their own neighborhood.
Exactly. Exactly right. Well, they're not playing ice in their own neighborhood. They're playing border patrol,
Yeah, yeah,
border
we have
guards.
Border Patrol.
The hypocrisy to
Uh,
me is just crazy. I don't get
yeah,
it.
yeah. Did you see all the speaking of politics and political statements and all the fun stuff, did you see all the celebrities at the I didn't watch any of the award shows, I never do, but I just heard people talking about like the celebrities talking about like that you can't claim people are illegal on stolen land and all the stuff. It was oh yeah, the celebrities were having a field day with bashing Trump during their acceptance speeches in
Well,
the
you heard what
government.
happened after that, though.
I think that there's something about that
Billy,
one
Eilish,
Billie
Billy
Eilish.
Eilish, a Indian tribe has come up and said that her multi-million dollar mansion is on their stolen land and they want it back.
Yeah. I
She
think
has
they
had
hired an
nothing
attorney to,
else to. Well,
yeah,
they had an attorney step up and take their case, and now they're going to have a
yeah,
case against.
yeah,
But
because she's
she's
admitted
not
it.
saying anything now.
No, she'll shut up now.
It's all good that comes home and it's up to you, and then that's
Yeah,
different. Don't touch
your
my money.
mansion with your walls that keep everybody in and out. Yeah,
I saw you talking about a. We talked about AI on the last episode. I saw this little AI between some. I don't know if they were supposed to be real people or not, but it was a Native American chief and then somebody from the army or something talking back and forth about stolen land. And then he started naming off well, your tribe took it from this tribe, and that tribe took it from this tribe by slaughtering them every day, y'all. And he just started going, exactly who are we talking about taking which land and who stole it from who?
yeah. Didn't a
So
lot of the land though that we didn't we purchase it over time? A lot of it too. Like
Some of
later
it we
on.
did. Well, Manhattan, we literally gave them trinkets and stuff for. That's one
Yeah.
of the big ones.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we've talked about this before. Looking back in history and then trying to see it in today's perspective, to me, is just foolish. Things were so much different back in the 1700s, 1600s than they
Right,
are
of
today.
course.
There's just no way to compare. But we put our morality and our current situation as if that's how it's always been. And I think to me that just goes to the lack of survival instincts of the American. We just don't know what it means to survive anymore. We're so used to being taken care of. And you're like,
Pampered.
well, I work hard and I do this, but it's nothing like it used to be.
Yeah.
You're not up at sunrise and walking the fields and making sure your animals are tended so you can have something to eat.
Yeah.
Dropping dead at dusk so you can do it again the next day. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. No, we've got it made. We've got it made now. Life's pretty easy in the grand scheme of things. If you comparably, it's
yeah.
yeah, it's people don't know how good they have it here, and so all they do is complain. It's a wild place we're in.
Video the other day of a lady complaining because her food stamps have been cut. And the guy interviewing her says, well, do you have a job? And she's like, what's that got to do with it? It's like, really? I don't know. It's to the point we're in
It's
trouble.
crazy. Yeah.
But again, we talked about it in the first episode when we talked about the dollar and how the mismanagement from Washington's happened. We talked about AI and what's coming with that in the last episode. And but you like so many things now, and I know it's probably one of my flaws. I point back to Washington; they just screwed things up. They've made people dependent. The old joke about the parks. What's the Department of Interior? Having all the signs up in the national parks, don't feed the animals, they'll become dependent on you, so don't feed
Yeah.
them. But yet then you have the other departments handing out money across the board, and we have all millions of people depending on the federal government.
Yeah, well, and I think that's what they want because they can.
Yeah,
That's how you get voters. You get people to depend on you, and if you're the party of we're going to make sure you don't lose your stuff, now you've just inherited plenty of voters that need that stuff. So you making people dependent. You accomplish a lot of things with that. So
yeah,
it's a planned effort to do that. But the people that are on it, I don't think they realize what they've given up. Like they've given up all their freedom to be reliant on an entity or the federal government or politicians that literally don't care about them. It's a
yeah.
crazy place to be, and people just don't realize it, and they get complacent and comfortable with just having things handed to them, and it's just that we're the most spoiled country. I think that's the one downfall of our country is how spoiled everybody is, and they can sit around all day and just complain about everything because they have nothing else to worry about except what somebody said mean to them on Twitter or Facebook. It's and then just be that food stamp check's going to come and the that Section 8 housing voucher is going to get there every month, and it's just like I have nothing to worry about. I don't have no desire to go out and do better for myself or work or it's we've
Well,
created a true
I'm
dependency, and it's scary.
I'm hoping with what's going to happen in New York City will wake more people up because
I'm
that guy
interested to
is
see the next
losing.
couple of years there.
Well, it's. I mean, the people already are up in arms against the mayor because of the snowstorm. The guy has no clue on how things actually work, and all I hear from him is platitudes and how this is going to be great. Poly Market, you've heard of Poly Markets. They're actually, I don't understand how this is happening, but they're going in and opening up a free grocery store in New York City, the first one. I don't know what Poly Markets is doing that for. Maybe this was AI generated. I don't know, but I was
Who
glancing
knows?
at the article the other day, and they literally said that you would come in and get anything for free. I mean, they really think that's going to work. I mean, they've already figured out that they can't give bus rides for free. I mean, most people have stated, I think they're right. If they make them free, then the homeless will get on there and just not get off.
All right.
Um, and then obviously the governor of New York has said, no, we're not increasing any budgets or allowing them to increase taxes to do that. So it, he's just something else. Now, the message I heard from him today was all about Islam. He was
Mm.
preaching Islam from the city pulpit. So it's going to be some interesting times up there. It really is. I hope it wakes some people up, but
Well, it's
I don't know if it will or not.
going to be a good test to show people, like in modern times, what socialism slash communism does, what it
Except
accomplishes.
everybody I talk to says, "Well, you just don't understand. They'll blame New York on the federal government, or they'll blame it on the states around them that didn't go to socialism too. I mean, that's always the
Oh
excuse.
yeah, they'll have a reason that for the
Yeah,
failure that won't be
it's
anything.
going to fail. It always fails. From an economic standpoint, straight economic standpoint, it never works because Margaret Thatcher said it the best. At some point, you run out of other people's money.
Yeah.
And they were talking to some citizens on the street about the rich moving out of the city who pay 40% of the taxes in New York also. And the guy was like, well, we just need to punish them and tax them and make them pay an exit tax and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm thinking, do you hear yourself? Yeah, it's straight out of the textbook. Punish
It's
people
just,
that can
yeah.
help you.
Yep. It's just the entitlement of people. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's not going to work, but I'm glad it's happening up there. Not because I want to see people lose or whatever, but
Yeah.
I just want people to see what it does. I want this test run of it in a big city like that, one of the most powerful, popular cities in the world. Let's watch you. Because what does he have? 4 years? Is it the
I think it's
mayoral
4
term?
years. I think it's 4 years. They better hope it's only 4 years.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure if they're gonna get out of that with much left because it's already had a huge impact on the city.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's wild times we're in,
it's
man.
sad. And we talked about before we went on the air, I think, that Trump's holding up some money already from them, and that they change Penn Station to Trump Station or whatever, he'll give it up. I don't know what he's thinking. He wants Dulles Airport named after him too. I saw that. Dulles, is that in Washington or is Dulles in
Yeah,
New
I think
York?
I think Dulles is in Washington. That's named after what, Allen Dulles?
Okay,
Was he a
so he's
CIA?
wanting that. Obviously, they renamed the Kennedy Center. I'm not sure if that's going to last. They call it the Trump Kennedy Center now, or something like that. That's what a guy decided. Guy pulled out last minute because he was rebellion against it, and now they're suing him for breach of contract. We
What a mess. Out
live
of
in a
all the
very
things to worry
interesting
about.
world, and we hadn't
It's
even got to politics yet. The actual politics on the table. It's just the stuff around politics is so
I
crazy.
I know. I know.
Let's save
We
all
could
that
have
for
a
next
whole
week.
podcast episode on just the rest of the politics stuff.
Yeah, we'll hold that for next week.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
I think
can't.
ending up on this one is probably enough.
Yeah, I'm about to crawl up on my roof and jump off head first at this point. Go
Oh,
sit in
it's not
the
that
sauna until
bad.
I pass out.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
We'll have to have a faith based one next week too. Then get things back on the right track.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, reel me back in. I need a little Jesus in my life to make me feel better.
I just watched a movie called The Shift with Neil McDonough. You know who Neil McDonough is?
Hmm.
He played Red 2 and he's played in a lot of movies. I like him a lot. So he
Yeah.
does this movie called The Shift on Angel, and I was watching that while he basically plays the devil. He's
Ooh,
really good.
yeah.
But turns out the whole movie is kind of about Job out of the book of the Bible, which is
Yeah.
very interesting. A very interesting take on it with the multiverse. It was
Okay.
kind of interesting.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, we'll need to pull that back in. I got Angel because I want to see Homestead with him in it. He was also in Homestead. That's
Hmm.
when a nuclear bomb goes off in California and sets the whole country back in the dark ages. Basically, it's very
Oh, well.
interesting. Kind
Oh, yeah, I
of
would like
thought
that.
too.
Yeah.
So, all right, this has not been a very positive week, but hey, we'll do better next week.
Can only go up from here.
Well, I don't know about that, but we're going to.
We're going to either way. We're going to force it.
Anything else you want to end up on?
No, I think we've about exhausted our negativity for today, and I think we'll still have plenty to talk about next week, and
Oh
we'll
yeah,
throw a couple sprinkle some goodness in there next week, and we'll maybe try to reel you guys back in for some happiness.
there you go. Sounds like a plan. And by then, maybe I'll have a time for my book to be released. I'll
There
let
we
y'all
go.
know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
All right, man. I
All right,
will
guys. Well, we will
we'll
catch
catch y'all
you next
soon.
week. Yep. Hope you enjoy these, and we'll get back to it next week and maybe give you some happier content.
We'll look for something.
Yep.
When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at DollarsCentsGS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.